something inside of me told me, no, you need to get checked. You need to get checked. Hi, my name is Mota, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. It was the beginning of October. We were thinking about what we were gonna wear for Halloween. Out of nowhere, sometime like at 2 or 3 in the morning, I was laying down and something inside of me told me, check your side. And it was really weird because it's just not like something that was evident at all. I mean, I had to be laying down in a certain position that I did search, and there was a little ball. And I was just kind of like, curious. So I was like, it might be just like fat. So I kind of like discarded it, but then I don't know, like something inside of me told me, no, you need to get checked. You need to get checked. I went to get checked, and they did an ultrasound, and they said that it was very likely that it was going to be cancer. I got diagnosed in 2020, and it was a stage 3 cancer. So then they immediately had to go into all the different treatments. So I started with chemotherapy. I had 6 rounds along with immunotherapy. I also had radiation, but before my radiation, I had my mastectomy, and then immunotherapy for another year and a half. It was very complicated because whenever I had to go get my ultrasound, my biopsy and all of that, I had to go by myself because it was a pandemic. So I couldn't even have somebody there with me when I first heard the news that it was cancer. And it was very scary. And I remember going to the parking lot and just breaking down and just crying because I was by myself, and I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I was able to start treatments really soon, and it was very difficult because you had to wear a mask all the time. My treatments, it was like 8 hours, sometimes 6 hours, and you had to be there in the room, sometimes to eat with your mask on. There were no vaccines at that moment, so they were super cautious of making sure that you don't get sick because you are sitting in a facility where everybody's immunocompromised. You don't know at what point you're gonna start feeling symptoms. And I mean, I was pretty healthy. I had gone to get my yearly exam, and I remember my gynecologist telling me, next year you have to get your mammogram. And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you want me to do it today, I can do it today. But he's like, no, until you're 40. So it was very important for me to actually get checked out the earliest as possible because those kinds of cancers tend to be very aggressive. So when I first got the news that it was a stage 3, it was so scary because from stage 3 comes stage 4, and it can start going really, really quickly, and it is very scary, but I am alive. I mean, even at a stage 3, I was able to get treatment right away, and it made the whole difference of getting checked up as soon as I found something. Even if you have all the information available, it's still something very complicated to navigate. It affects everybody. And you try to have your family around you, and they try to be strong for you. They try to be very compassionate and kind. But now that I talk to my brother, my sister, my mom, everybody around me, they tell me that they were pretty much so scared and falling apart on their own, but they just had to be strong to hear me complain or to be there with me. So it takes a big emotional toll in the family. My son, he struggled a lot. Throughout the treatments, he was doing fine. He was so strong. He was pushing through. But after treatment, that's when I started seeing that he had repressed so many things that he just started kind of feeling so depressed. And it took us a while for him going to therapy so he could overcome the fear of losing his mom. I keep saying to myself, I'm so lucky that I am here. Not everybody gets to be here, but it is a struggle because there's a lot of things that change in your life. Like for instance, for me, because of my type of breast cancer, throughout my life, I'm gonna have to take a pill. And I have to make sure that I take my pill, and wherever I go, and if there's a time change, you have to be taking your pill because it's helping you avoid the cancer from coming back. So there's always that in the back of my mind that I have to make sure that I take my treatment. A lot of the side effects next from that treatment is going into menopause early. So then everything changes. So just getting to experience that at a very earlier age has been difficult, and I cannot take any hormone replacement therapy, so you just kind of had to hang in there. You know, my hair didn't grow back as full as I had, my eyebrows didn't grow back. I feel like my body is not as strong as it used to, but just the fact that I'm alive and that I get to see my son grow up, that's just a gift to me. If you were fortunate enough to call yourself a cancer survivor, it's very important that you try to participate in as many studies to make sure that you bring that awareness to the population, because we know there is a very vulnerable population that maybe they don't get the information, they don't get the exposure of how to navigate all of this. So it's very important that you contribute to studies and participate in those studies. Not only are you helping somebody out, but it helps you heal in your path of like, I went through this, now I can help out somebody, and this is my story, and hopefully whatever I say is gonna help somebody along the way. I'm very lucky to have participated in the Camino study. It's really nice. It's just basically just a talk with a lot of the specialists, and they're amazing people, very kind, very compassionate. You feel like you're talking to a therapist almost, because they're walking you and talking to you about all your struggles, and you also feel like you're contributing. You're adding a piece of grain to make sure that somebody else is gonna be hopefully helped out along the way.